The poorest man I ever met had $1 million hidden under his bed. He starved himself. He wore broken shoes. He lived in the dark to save on electricity bills. He thought he was the smartest man in the town because he was saving for a rainy day. But he didn't realize that by preparing for the storm, he was missing the sunshine entirely. If you think saving money makes you safe, you are in danger. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a man who died rich but never lived a single day. This story will make you rethink every dollar you have ever saved. In a gray, misty town that sat in the shadow of a great mountain, there lived a man named Arthur. Arthur was not a bad man, but he was a man possessed by a single cold emotion: fear. Arthur worked as a clerk in an old, dusty archive. Every day, he sat amidst piles of paper, breathing in the smell of dry ink and silence. He earned a decent wage, but if you looked at Arthur, you would think he was a beggar. His coat was patched in 3 places. His shoes were worn thin, letting the cold dampness of the street seep into his bones. He ate only bread and weak soup, day after day. Why? Because Arthur was saving. Every Friday, when he received his pay, he would rush home, lock his heavy wooden door, close the curtains, and pull up a loose floorboard under his bed. Beneath that floorboard was a metal box, and inside that box was Arthur's life. He would place his money inside, count it 3 times, and feel a brief, intoxicating moment of relief. "I am safe," he would whisper to the empty room. "If the world ends, I am ready. If I get sick, I am ready. If I lose my job, I am ready." But here is the tragedy of Arthur. He was so busy preparing for the disasters of the future that he was completely missing the life happening in the present. He never went to the tavern to laugh with friends. Too expensive, he thought. He never bought flowers for the woman he secretly admired. A waste of money. They will just die, he told himself. He never even fixed the leak in his own roof. "I can catch the water in a bucket," he reasoned. "Why spend gold on a roof when a bucket is free?" His savings grew. The metal box became heavy. But Arthur became light. He became a ghost in his own life. Thin, pale, anxious. He checked the locks on his door 5 times a night. He couldn't sleep, terrified that someone would discover his floorboard. Years passed. Arthur was now an old man, and his box was full of gold. He was rich, technically, but his soul was bankrupt. One afternoon, he felt a terrible pain in his chest. It was a tightness, a heaviness born of years of anxiety. The doctor told him he needed fresh air. He needed to walk by the river to calm his heart. Reluctantly, Arthur walked down to the riverbank. There, he saw an old fisherman named Elias. Elias was sitting on a rock, humming a tune, throwing breadcrumbs to the ducks. Elias wore clothes that were simple but clean. His face was wrinkled, not from worry, but from smiling. Arthur knew Elias. He knew he had never saved a penny in his life. Elias spent his money on good food, he gave coins to children, he bought paint for his canvas. Arthur, feeling bitter, approached him. "You look happy for a man who has nothing," Arthur said, his voice dry. Elias looked up and smiled. "I have everything, my friend. Look at this river." Arthur looked. The water was rushing by, clear and strong, sparkling in the sun. "This river," Elias said, "comes from the mountain and goes to the sea. It never stops. It never holds on to a single drop of water. Because it lets the water go, fresh water always comes to replace it. It is alive." Elias pointed to a stagnant puddle of muck a few feet away, trapped in a hole in the mud. It was green, smelly, and covered in flies. "That puddle," Elias said softly, "tried to save the rain. It held on to the water. It refused to let it go. And now it is dead. It is poison." Elias looked Arthur deep in the eyes. "You are the puddle, Arthur. You have stopped the flow. You think your box of gold is safety. No, it is a dam. You have blocked the river of life from flowing through you." Arthur wanted to argue. He wanted to scream, "But I am safe, I have money." But he couldn't, because he knew the truth. He remembered the cold nights. He remembered the hunger. He remembered the loneliness. He had the money to buy a warm coat, but he was cold. He had the money to buy a feast, but he was hungry. What is the point of having a key if you never unlock the door? That night, Arthur went home. He pulled up the floorboard. He opened the metal box. The gold glinted in the candlelight. For 40 years, this gold had been his master. It had told him, no. No, don't buy that. No, don't go there. No, don't help him. Arthur realized that he hadn't been saving money. The money had been trapping him. With trembling hands, Arthur took a handful of coins. Not all of it, he was still afraid, but a handful. He put them in his pocket and walked out of his house. It was night. The air was crisp. He walked to the bakery. The baker was just closing up. Arthur bought the most expensive, warm, cinnamon-spiced bread in the shop. He paid for it, and, this is important, he left the change on the counter. "Keep it," Arthur said. His voice shook. The baker looked surprised. "Thank you, sir. My daughter needs medicine. This small bit helps." Arthur walked out. He ate the bread. It tasted like heaven. It tasted like life. And then a strange thing happened. The fear didn't come. Instead, a warmth spread through his chest. He had released the water, and life had flowed back to him. Arthur did not spend all his money recklessly. No, that is foolishness. But he stopped hoarding it. He fixed his roof. He hired a young man from the village to help him, giving that young man a job. The money flowed from Arthur to the boy, and the boy bought food for his mother. The river was flowing. Arthur bought a new coat. He invited Elias to dinner. And do you know what the miracle was? As Arthur began to use his money to build a life, opportunities started to come to him. He met people. He found new ways to earn. The more he participated in the world, the more the world gave back to him. When Arthur finally passed away many years later, his metal box was empty. But his funeral, it was full. Hundreds of people came. The young man he hired, the baker, the friends he made. He didn't leave behind a box of cold metal. He left behind warm memories, a repaired house, and a community that loved him. So, I say to you again, never save money just to hide it. Money is a tool, not a trophy. It is meant to be fuel for your life, not a weight on your soul. Respect it, earn it, yes, but do not let it stagnate. Do not be the puddle, be the river. Use what you have to improve yourself, to help others, to create experiences. Because in the end, the only wealth you truly get to keep is the life you lived while you were here. Don't die with a full bank account and an empty heart. Let the river flow.